Right, let's stop that. Can someone give me a sound check, please? Am I coming through loud and clear? Because I haven't plugged my phone in tonight to see if I'm coming through. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Someone give me a sound is good. Thank you very much, Mascara Snake. Nice to have some people just give me some feedback there. How are you, everyone? Good evening. Welcome aboard. It's another Health Freedom show, and your daily dose or your Tuesday dose of something a bit different in the world of health. But I've also, I Health Freedom isn't just about, for me, it's just about everything to do with our freedom and everything, to do with being against the system. None of us none of us want the system, do we? I think we could all manage really well if we didn't have governments around us. So, but thanks for joining me. I think I've got quite a packed show tonight. I will just wait for a few more people to come in before I start discussing it. In the meantime, I'll start saying hello to people as well. So I'm going to say a big special shout out to the Starfish Troopers, which is Pete. Hello, Pete. Welcome aboard. And because Pete was the first in the house, so he gets the medal for being first here. And good evening also to Amanda. Actually, Pete, you said, do I win something? I am thinking about having my my emblems made into a T-shirt. There you go, that one. What do you think of that idea? I don't know. Maybe. I did see some really good T-shirts at the weekend on Sunday. I'll discuss that in a second as well. And good evening to Mascara Snake as well, Amanda, and who else is here as well? Stewie's here as well. Hello, Stewie. Nice to have you here, sir. And Miss Blue Sky, hello. And the Spanish Chicken is giving me a 5x5. Thank you very much. And that's it so far. So, and I'd just like to say a big special hello to all the lurkers. We always know that James is the chief lurker, isn't he? But there is actually someone who lurks even more than James. Again, I'm going to tell you about that in a second. So I hope you've had a good week. Have you done anything exciting that you want to share with me in the chat? Please write it in the chat if there's anything exciting or anything I need to know about as well. What have I got for you tonight? Well, I've got some notes written down here. Look, there we are. Yeah, here we go. Look, there we are. See, notes. There we are. So I've got stuff about. We're going to just discuss Andrew Bridgen tonight. We're also going to discuss where I was on Sunday, and we've got. What else have we got? We've got some video memes, of course, and we've got health stories. And we've also got some recommendations about a book as well. I'd like to recommend a book to you. And we've got your questions, of course. And we've got the big quiz at the end. I know how much you all love that quiz at the end. I haven't even decided what subject to do. So I think I'm going to leave that up to you. I'll show you the subject, the different categories, and you can decide. What else have I got? I think that's about it. Yeah. Let's see who else is in tonight as well. We've got David in. Good evening, David, as well. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome aboard, Jim. Nice to see you here. Let me do the legal bit, of course, just to start the show off. Good evening. My name's Robert. I'm not a doctor, but I am here to entertain you, as Robbie Williams once said. Again, I use that joke all the time. And also, just to let you know that anything I say here is not legal advice. And if you want some legal advice, go and see a health professional, like a doctor or an MD if you're in America, or whatever else they call it where you are. So I feel like my computer's a little bit low. I feel like I'm sort of bending down a bit there. So I think I might raise it in the break or something like that. Is BB in? Is he? Is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, good. A quiz about a quiz. Good evening, babe. Thank you very much for your brilliant artistry. And let me just share that with people. I just want to show people what BB did, the start of the thing, the show, which was just up here. Let me, where is it? Let me see then. Let's share the entire screen. And I think if I go, if I go here, no, it's not the one I want there. It's not that one. It's that one. Yeah. Okay. So now I can just share that with you. Right. So let's share the entire screen. There. And then I'm going to go just down to here. And there we go. So there's the meme from Baby tonight. See me, feel me, touch me. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Yes, it's me. And can you name the movie that's from? Beeb will already know, so he can't answer the question. So where's that movie from? And but I would like to. BB is in the corner here as well, to my left. If you're looking at the picture, he's the cheeky little monkey with a fag in his mouth. And BB, yeah, I mean, you can see that I'm holding a syringe there, and I'm wearing red nail polish. That's not true. All right. Okay. I don't want anyone thinking that I wear red nail polish. Okay. It's actually pink. Okay. So next time, baby, if you could get it right, I'd appreciate that. He has already done me a Halloween one as well for next week, because whether you already, I'm sure you already remember that next week it's Tuesday is Halloween. So I'm going to be broadcasting on Halloween. Am I going to do anything Halloween-y? I don't know. Maybe we can do some bits. I mean, personally, let me just stop this. Let me just stop that sharing. Good, right? And I'll just come down back to me. I can see myself again now. Yeah, we could do some benefits of certain foods on Halloween and things like that. And of course, we're going to be going into daylight saving time, aren't we? Because that's coming up soon. We've got the clocks are going back, so you spring forward and you fall back. As in the spring, you go forward, and as in the fall, you fall back. Yeah, that's it. That's how I always remember it. I don't know if you remember it. Has Dr. Robert upgraded to OBS? I don't know. What's OBS, Jim? I don't know. Jim, have you got your microphone? I'm still trying to organise this show between you, me, and Pete and Cookie. It doesn't look like the other Pete is going to be getting involved, really, because I looked at his shows the other day, because he doesn't seem to be broadcasting on Fridays anymore. And yeah, he seems to have taken all the live shows down that he did some time ago. So they've all seemed to have disappeared. So I don't know what's going to happen. But Jim, I mean, is your microphone good enough, Jim, for to do the interview or the show where the lot of us get together? And good evening, Kendo. How are you, sir? Are you on the mend, Kendo? We hope that Kendo's on the mend. Kendo, I was going to send you one of my lovely salves, which I don't want to go on about, because I know you don't like me going on about how wonderful it is and everything. But yeah, this is great for your skin, Kendo, for all those scars where they cut you to pieces by opening you up. So yeah, there are. Just send me your address, Kendo, on Telegram, or you've got, if you, I think you might be able to get my phone number, or if you want to just send me an email to cbd-salve@hotmail.com, cbd-salve@hotmail.com. I can send you one out. And anyone else who wants to buy one of my lovely salves, I did sell a few at the weekend, actually. In fact, recently I've sold about 5, I think. Cost is £20, including postage to the UK. I'm on the mend, Robert, and I will do. Good. Thank you, Kendo. because I'd like to send you one. It sorted out my piles, Rob. It's Spanish. I'm pleased to hear that. Jim says, I'll get it shortly, Rob. I'll order it before end of the week. Had to wait for certain reasons. No, that's fine, Jim. Just I mean, it looks like that when Pete's not going to be the other Pete creating my reality isn't going to be involved. So we'll just move ahead with it. That'd be, I think it'd be a good show to get us all together. And I mean, I haven't even really thought of the format. So what we might want to do is we can do a test sort of broadcast together where we do it offline maybe, and we all just jump in StreamYard and do a chat about it and see the way that we want to do it. So that's something to look forward to. Good evening, Kitty. Hello, welcome aboard. And what's she doing? I'm doing well. Just been doing my son's room, sorting the flooring. We stopped now, doing the rest tomorrow. Good for you. Good for you. Pete, no, Pete, we're not doing the sing along because Cookie's voice is too good for that. If only people that watch the show would get that joke. Cookie's very good at karaoke. He's not in tonight. Well, he might pop in, or he might be just lurking somewhere. And talking of lurkings, I'd just like to say hello to the chief lurker that never ever says anything. And I met him at the weekend. So on Sunday, let me just put in a little star here so I know where the chat was up to. So on Sunday, I went to my very first conference with alternative people, and it was called AV13. It's Alternative View 13. Well, I think it's Alternative View, isn't it? Yeah, the Alternative View Conference. So there we go. Look, there's my badge, Robert. Yes, there we are. And we had it started really early, actually. It started at 7:45 a.m. and it didn't finish until 7:15 p.m. So it was a long old day, but there were plenty of breaks in between. And so you had different speakers. It started off. Now, I'm going to tell you all the speakers there. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, no, not that person, because that person, he did this in the past and he did that in the past and he talks a load of old crap. Absolutely. Look, you don't have to agree with all these people. The reason that I went to this conference was to meet like-minded individuals like myself. So you had speakers. You had Brian Garish. He did the opening talk. And then you had Pierre Sabank. And we're just going to bring it up actually on here because I have saved the website and I wanted to just share it with you, and it tells you what they I think I've got it here. Hang on, let me just have a look. It's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one, not that one, not that one, that's that one. Right, okay, so I'm just going to bring it up and share it with you. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. This was the Alternative View on Sunday, and you had a guy. First of all, it started with Brian Garish, and he did the end of era jigsaw, assembling the Alternative View pieces for 2023. Apparently, this hasn't been going since 2019, the last one, I believe it was. And then you had Pierre Sabac, The Murder of Reality, Evidence of Alien Culture in the Written Word. That was very interesting. It was a little bit heavy and a little bit fast. Couldn't really get it much. Then you had Tom Sheridan, Psychic Defense of Gaslighting Consensus, Magi. He did a very good talk. I believe that this guy, Tom Sheridan, is a good talker. He was a good talker. Pippa King did a very good one as well. Your Body, Biometrics and Increasing Use of Control. She did one talking about the how they're doing like fingerprinting in school. They're doing all sorts of camera trickery, and getting kids to give away their data in schools. It was quite. It's not very nice, really. But there, the good news about the end of this is that there is ways where you can claim back your data that's been taken by the schools, and this is apparently all to do with schools from 2002. So I might try and get Pippa King on. Actually, I think she'd be a really good good speaker and good interview. David Dubine, if anyone knows David Dubine, he did Embrace Awakening, Embrace the Cycle, The Water Bearer Returns. David does all things to do with, he's got a YouTube channel, all things to do with weather and what's coming up in terms of he talked about that we're going into a cooling period of the planet, and that was a really good presentation. Michael Feely, The Book of Secrets, Your True Divinity Revealed. I can't remember that one, actually, if I'm honest with you. Oh yeah, actually I do remember it. Yeah, I didn't necessarily agree with it. He was talking about that we've had a different past and stuff like that, or we've been here before, and he explained why we've been here before. Didn't necessarily agree with it. And then there was a guy called Gary Thrawn, All in the Electrical Ether, The Fifth Element and Quintessence of Our Reality. That was an excellent talk. And he talked about alternative energies, the fifth element apparently being what was it now? I can't remember it right now. It's just gone from me. But it was a really good conference, and like I said to you, it was something that to meet like-minded people, individuals, and again that comes back to the point where I wanted to say to you, the biggest lurker of all is a guy called Matt. And Matt never writes. Matt watches my shows, right? Every week he watches my shows, and he never writes anything in the live chat. But he was at the conference. And how I met Matt, I walked into the conference. I sat down just to make a quick phone call, and I had my Healthfreedom t-shirt on. And then all of a sudden, Matt comes up to me and he goes, "It's not a Dr. Robert." It was like, what? And yeah, he said, "I watch your shows all the time. I watch them live," and he also watches Raconteurs News as well. So it was nice to meet. It was nice to meet people that were that you don't even know watch the show. But like I said to you, I met some wonderful people there, and from it, I've actually got at least one lady, possibly two ladies to come and do a chat as well on the show, so an interview on the show. Not one of them might not be live, but the fact is that I think I've got some guests coming on, which is wonderful. I did pick up some stuff as well, and the links are in the show notes. So all my links that I do, like to the stories and stuff like that, are all in the show notes. Here's one of the leaflets that I got here. Ooh, there it is. Look, stopworldcontrol.com. I thought that was quite a good one. They control most governments, the news media. The goal of the WEF is to replace democracies and self-elected rulers and install a global dictatorship. They want to control all information on the internet and install 24/7 surveillance that will record your every thought, emotion, and dream. The WEF wants to create societies for the jabbed only, where citizens have no rights, privacy, or private possessions. This is not a conspiracy theory, but it's the official WEF agenda. Links are in the show notes again, so if you want to see that. I met someone talking about avoiding fluoride again as well, and again I've put the notes. This is iamot.org. I don't think it's a British website, but it's all to do with fluoride and how to avoid fluoride. Again, notes. There's notes in. Sorry, the links are in the show notes as well. And this lady who's going to come on, and again, I don't know if she'll do a live show, but I think she might do a live show. She was wonderful. As soon as I saw her, just felt her presence. And what was really weird was all the coincidences that happened. when I was there, because so the first person I met was Matt, and the reason I got to go to this show was a guy called Dale. When I went to stay in Great Yarmouth, Dale, who bought a hotel back in 2019 and runs a lovely little place there. If you want to go to Great Yarmouth, talk to me and I'll point you in the direction of Dale, because he's great. He's a great freedom fighter and fighting lover. You know, he really is. He's a wonderful person. So Matt says, "Oh, what are you doing here?" So I said, "Oh, I got invited to come along." I said, "I didn't know about this by Dale." He went, "Dale?" He said, "I know Dale." He said, I was having dinner with him last night." He said, "And we always go to the AV events." So I thought that was wonderful. Again, another coincidence. And then when I was chatting to this lady, Monica Porter, her name is, right? And she does balancing body, mind, and spirit. She was really, really interesting. It was all about holistic healing. And she was explaining to me, and I'm not going to tell you what she was saying because I want her to explain it to you. But she had such a wonderful presence. And then all of a sudden, she's, again, it's that old thing. I said, what are you doing here? And she said, "Oh, I came up here with Dale." And it was like, what? This is madness. So again, and it turns out she lives 6 doors away from Dale in Great Yarmouth. Wonderful lady, really lovely lady. And then there was another woman called Jane who was so enthusiastic about health. And bless Jane, she also bought one of my salves along with Matt. So thank you very much, both of you. I really appreciate it. I don't know if any of them will be watching. Cheers, by the way. I'm having some water tonight. But don't worry, I've got the wine as well. And tonight's wine is a nice one from Lidl. It's a lovely Rioja, a 2017 Rioja, although they have put the price up just recently, but it's still worth it. £6.49 in Lidl's, and it's an excellent 2017 Rioja. So yeah, wonderful people, really lovely people that I met there. And I spent last week making a lot of sales because I didn't know how many I'd sell. I did try and get a stall there to sell some of my salves, but they weren't doing any of that sort of business at this one. But they may be at the next one. So actually, Beeb, I wanted to talk to you because I want to change that. I want to change that, BB. Okay, so I want my emblem on there, and I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if it's something that you can do, but yeah, I just want to put. I want my. I want to change the background from that to my emblem. I think it'd be a bit more prettier and not so bait, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it was a great event. It really was well worth it. And if you do get a chance to go to anything like that, and apparently I heard about another group that runs in Norwich, which is a couple of hours from me, and I've been asked to go along to that one as well. And if I've got the time and I'm free, I probably will do. So let me catch up with you in the chat. So I've been waffling on for ages now, so I'm sorry about that. Let me go back up to where I put my little highlighter, and then I'll just come down. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Anything that's worth mentioning? Yeah, Kenda. I thought James was the top lurker. Well, but James shows himself at the end, doesn't he? At some point, so you know. He's not necessarily. Imagine seeing Thomas Sheridan in the morning. Oof. He's a big old bloke. He's a big bloke. And he likes his beer, I think, because I saw him with a few. And people saying hello to each other there. Spanish Chicken said, "Not David Dubine." Yeah. Okay, see, I knew this would happen, but he did a good chat, and you know, you just again, everyone's entitled to their opinions, aren't they? Let's have a look. No, he did he didn't. He was meant to come apparently over, and he has been at the live event, but he did a live chat on video, a live video chat. Good evening, Steve to Goose. I hope you're feeling a little bit better, mate. He was a little bit sniffy last week. Hope you're feeling better. and people saying hello to Steve. Hello, Matt. Is my son Matt in? He must be. Some people are saying that hello to Matt, so he must be. Jimmy, trust Rob to find 2 new ladies. Yeah, very good, Jimmy. Very good. And let's have a look. Anyone else been saying? Oh, good evening, Chris. Hello, Chris. Hope you're well, sir. Chris has been posting. Oh, in the Telegram chat. Dale Gribble says, BB. Don't know about that. Oh, what is that? His name? I don't know Dale's. No, I don't know Dale's surname. But he's a great man. He really is. And he was wearing and he did he sells them. He was wearing like a heart sweatshirt, and it was one of those ones that said, I will hug you. I don't have any germs. I don't believe you have any germs. It was a really great sweatshirt. So I might get one actually from him. Is John Jackson here tonight? Says Chris. I don't know, Chris. Chris says, is he JJ? I don't know. No idea. Did you like me lurking over the last week? Says Chris. Were you lurking? Are you at work tonight, Chris? What's the film in the meme? Beg your pardon, David. The film in the meme was from Tommy, I believe. Am I right, Beeb? Yeah? I think it's from Tommy. And is that Tina Turner that you've replaced my head with? Or did you replace Tina Turner's head with my head? No. Oh, Chris is working tonight. There you go. I've got to the bottom of the chat. So yeah, it was a really good conference. Like I said, I would recommend anyone go to anything like this. All right, whether you agree with the speakers. I mean, here we've got a community and we chat, and it's all on video and stuff. You're welcome, David. But again, there's nothing like meeting people, and the energy was just great. You just didn't. You know how we all, when we go out into the world, we all feel like we're like on some alien planet. Because people don't necessarily agree with what you say, or people don't necessarily understand how you feel about the world, and because you think differently. But I would definitely say to anyone, try and search out local groups if you can. I mean, I don't know if anyone's got any idea how you. Oh, right. So the acid queen in Tommy is Tina Turner, says BB. There you go. There you go. So I was right. Yeah. I think I remember seeing that years ago. That was quite a good film, actually. But yeah, so I don't know how we can find groups. If anyone knows any groups that they know about in their area or anything like that, please let me know, and I'll post them. I'll share them with anyone. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, Beeb, I'm gonna send that out. Beeb, that you asked me to, so I will do that. I just completely forgot about it, actually, so I'm gonna sort that out for you. Beeb knows what I'm talking about. Let's have another drink of water here. So yeah, we've got some stories tonight, and what one did I want to share with you first? No, let's get rid of that one. And that one, we don't need my email. Bear with me. Okay, yeah. Let me come back then to the chat, and then I'm going to share this with you. Present, share screen. Oh, I've also got music tonight as well from Mr. Smith. I don't know if Mr. Smith is in tonight, but I've got I did ask him last night in Pete's show what track did he want me to play, and I've chosen one where he's doing he's playing the drums over someone else's track. So I will be sharing that with you shortly. So here's a story for you from the Daily Snail. It's not just always Daily Snail I get the stories from, but here's one in particular. Why are doctors doling out so many of the antibiotics now officially linked to suicidal thoughts? Okay. I'm not going to read the whole of the story because it's quite a long story. Running towards a railway line, Ian Moore found himself sobbing hysterically and with his brain feeling like it was on fire. I just wanted to end it all. I had no idea why these terrible feelings had come out of nowhere, says Ian, 43, a former construction site foreman from Bristol. Although he had been off work with a suspected prostate infection, he was at the peak of his physical fitness. He loved cycling, sometimes doing it every day. He was happy in his job and enjoying his life with his partner, Julie, as he explains. I had no reason to be suddenly feeling suicidal. It was terrifying. I remember feeling a burning sensation in my brain and bladder, like I was being fried inside, he recalls. The suicidal feelings appeared after just 3 days of starting a 7-day course of, again, forgive my pronunciation of these, and I'll just say Cypro, but ciprofloxacin, one of the class of strong broad spectrum antibiotics called fluoro, I'm going to call it, which are commonly prescribed to treat pneumonia, bronchitis, urinary tract infections, which my mum was on recently. So I don't know if that's what she was on. As well as, and so it goes on about different ones. As Good Health has long highlighted, fluoroquinolones have been linked in some patients to serious long-term harm, including tendon rupture, nerve joint, and muscle pain, fatigue, insomnia, and gut problems. Now, that's interesting because my mum's got gut problems as well now. Drug manufacturers say serious side effects are rare, affecting 1 to 3% of those who take them. But Neil Miller, a professor of orthopedic surgery and musculoskeletal science at Glasgow University, who treats patients for this related toxicity problems, says the true figure is closer to 10 to 15%. To put this in context, last year there were more than 500,000 fluoroquinolone items prescribed in the community in England alone. This figure doesn't include hospital prescriptions. And there's Ian Moore, who was the guy we were just talking about. And here's another lady, a foster carer, Lisa Mitchell. It's thought that these side effects may be triggered by the drug's action on the mitochondria, the batteries in all our cells. Mounting evidence for these potential side effects led to the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory in 2019, highlighting the potential risks, although this had only a small impact on prescribing patients. Then in August this year, it published a drug safety update reminder to prescribers, highlighting the risk of disabling and potentially long-lasting or irreversible side effects from this particular drug, and said treatment should be discontinued at the first signs of serious reaction, including tendon pain or inflammation. And in another update, just a month later, it focused specifically on the risk of suicidal effects. Although they are rare, healthcare professionals prescribing this drug antibiotic are reminded to be alert of the risk of psychiatric reactions, including depression, psychotic reactions, which may potentially lead to thoughts of suicide or suicidal attempts. They're also reminded to advise patients to be alert to these risks. And it then goes on, and it starts talking about it again. Notes about this are in the or the links to this are in the show notes as well. If you want to read the whole story, I'll see if there's any other, because I don't want to, because it's again a long old story here. So yeah, basically, be careful when you're being prescribed any sort of medication like this. I'm not a great lover of antibiotics myself, but yeah, people need to be really, like, read the leaflet, and even just go on your favorite search engine, whatever that might be, and just look up any possible side effects and things like that. Like I said, my mum's been on these, and she's got been on an antibiotic, and she's got terrible stomach problems at the moment. But it's not good. It really isn't good. Let's have a look what people are saying. Jim's saying, right, okay, if suicide feelings only affect 2 to 3%, it's not a major issue. There are important uses for antibiotics, but I recommend blue cheese as alternative or fresh ginger. Nice one, Jim. Thank you very much for that comment. Let's have a look. Miss Blue Sky. Apparently, McDonald's fries come from a farm that Bill Gates owns, or at least has something to do with that sociopath. Can't make this shit up, can you? No, absolutely not. You can't. Let's have a look. Oh, I see. So that's why Chris says McDonald's fries gives you suicidal thoughts, allegedly. Okay. Yeah, so I think there was another thing that I wanted to talk about that. And yeah, there is also another story that's linked, I think, to this as well. Let me just share it with you. I just want to share this with you as well. Where is it? Where is it? Here we are. This one. This is from the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. Change the acronyms if you want. Failure to act on suicide website linked to 50 UK deaths. British authorities failed to act on multiple official warnings about a website promoting suicide that's been connected to at least 50 UK deaths, the BBC has found. The online forum, which we are not naming, is easily accessible to anyone on the open web, including children. Our investigations identified multiple warnings to governments by coroners and a number of police investigations, but the forum still remains active. Families of the dead, the youngest just 17, say the failure to act led to more avoidable deaths. They are demanding an inquiry. They're speaking out despite the risks others may find the forum because they want action now to shut it down and prevent deaths in the future. The forum's founders remain elusive, but during our investigation, we managed to track one of them down to his home in the US. The government was first warned by a coroner about the forum in December 2019. Kaylee Lewis has been assessed as being autistic at a young age and struggled with chronic depression and suicidal thoughts. She spent just over a month as a forum member. She researched a new suicide method and brought materials which she later used to end her life. I'm not going to read all of the story, and it goes on and on. Again, my show notes, if you want to read the whole story, please go and look at it. Okay, so let me come back to you. This is not great. Okay, I mean, it's not great that we've got a website that people can easily access, but I really think that there's another motive about this, and the BBC highlighting this. I think this is all again related to the online harms bill in Canada. Now you've got to be able to show, I think it's your ID. Maybe someone can inform me better. I don't know. Maybe Pete might know about this, to get onto the internet. And also there's a lot of websites now that you can't access. I watched a video the other day of a Canadian, and he went over the border to America, and literally there was websites that he couldn't access. And then as soon as he got over the border, he went back onto his phone and he was able to access these websites. Now, I think, again, this is all about problem, reaction, solution. Again, it's like, oh, people can access this bad website, so we need to control the web. That's just my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? And talking of thoughts, should we have the first question of the day as well? Let's bring up the question, okay, so that you can. So this is your questions. What I like to do, part of the show where you get to think as well. So here's one for you. What was the last book you bought? What was the last book you bought? Shall I share with you my last book? Oh, it's here. Look, I'm actually using it to hold my microphone up. So this is called The Invisible Rainbow, A History of Electricity and Life by Arthur Fritzenberg. There we go. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to. I'm not a great reader, but once I get into a book, I'm just always busy doing these shows and stuff and playing with my allotment, which I haven't been doing recently, but I will be shortly. So what was the last book that you bought? Let me go back to the chat. I just want to see what people have been saying. Watching the BBC will give you suicidal thoughts, says Spanish. Yeah, again, I haven't had a telly for years, so I don't watch the BBC. Let's have a look. Jimmy says, whether it's the website or not, these 50 people would have ended it one way or another. The other 50 people is a drop in the ocean. I think every life is a tragedy if someone takes it. But I know someone that took their own life, and I know how it affected all the people around them. I just think it's really, really horrible, and it's sad. But again, I think that things like this are linked to the online harms bill, which is waiting to get the green light, isn't it? David says the New Testament. Wow, good for you, man. And Chris says they are pushing the online harms agenda on the news tonight on the back of suicide websites. Chris, I didn't even know that. There you go. So I'm ahead of the game there. Thanks for that. So there you are. See, I wonder why the BBC were doing this story. I really did wonder why the BBC were doing this story. Spanish only steals books. He goes to the library to stay warm. Chris O'Rourke's in. Good evening, Chris O'Rourke. He's saying hello to Spanish Chicken there. Hello, Chris. Welcome aboard, sir. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the show and give the show a thumbs up. It does help me trying to get a few more subscribers. If you're enjoying the content, welcome. And this is not a Dr. Roberts Alternative Tuesday Health Freedom show where we discuss health. We have a little bit of music. We have some memes. We have a quiz. We have some live interactive chat. It's just a show just to try and improve your Tuesday, because it's a dreary old Tuesday. Isn't it getting cold? Oh, I've had to put the jumper on tonight because I'm a tight ass and I don't want to put the heating on. I'm just waiting. You know, I did put the heating on last week though. So have you put the heating on yet? Yeah, have you? And what about all those floods? What's his name? Buys cars. What's his name? Spanish? I know you watch him as well. Jeff buys cars. He did some great videos where he's going through floods in his Range Rover that he bought. Everyone getting bogged down in water where they're going through Fords, and that's not a car, by the way. Pete says last book that he bought was book American Cosmic. Okay, I don't know what that's about. If you want to enlighten us, Pete, on that. And Spanish says suicide websites. Can't peeps just find a way to off themselves without the internet? My mate did. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. One question at a time, says BB. Good evening, Nubian, and Pseudoscience as well has joined us. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. In Canada, there is, yes, exactly, Pseudoscience. In Canada, there is made government will off you for free. So here we go. We've got an oxymoron thing going on here. We've got Canadian with the maids. Someone give me the acronym for maids, please. What it actually means, because I can't remember what it actually is. And yes, Nubian's here. Let me see what Nubian's saying up here. Tank Dig Frisk, You Are the Placebo by Joe Dispenza. Listen to it on audio in English, but wanted to have the book in Swedish. Thank you very much, Nubian. And again, welcome. Nice to have you here. People saying hello to Nubian. BB says, last book I downloaded today, The Octopus Secret Government and the death of Danny Casolaro. Thank you. Excellent. Oh, so American Cosmic is UFO religion and technology, says Pete. Yeah, there was a bit of UFO stuff at the show that I went to, Pete, on Sunday. You would have found that. They recorded it all, but obviously it's just available to members, but it's not out yet. So I'm going to watch those and see if I can get any more notes from it that I might want to share with you. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, so MAIDS is medical assistance in dying, and they've added, I think they've added something else to if you want to top yourself in Canada. Oh yeah, drug addicts. That was it. They've added drug addicts to if you're a drug addict in Canada, you can go to MAIDS now and ask them for assisted suicide. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Not because they they want less people on the planet or anything like that. There's none of that. And Kendo hasn't bought a new book for years. And actually, Nubian, I like what Nubian said. I should really listen to audiobooks because, again, I'm an audio person myself, and I do like to, if I go out or anything, I like to listen to a podcast and thing. But I never think of audiobooks. Get help from your government to get, yeah, exactly, suicided, yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks, Pseudoscience. You also assisted us with that as well. Thank you very much. Mr. Smith is in the house. Healthfreedom Doctor. Hi, bud. I'm here, but got a busy night, lurking and listening. Sorry, I'm not involved in the chat. Well, you just were there, Mr. Smith. So thank you very much. We are, and do you know what, Mr. Smith? I think that reminds me. I'm going to get rid of this, hide that. Okay, and it's time for some music. And the music tonight, links are in the show notes. The music tonight is from. Let me have a look now. Where is it? It's from Mr. Smith, and yeah. Let me just introduce. Let me just share it with you. I'm gonna get out of here and let this play. All right. So I'll see you in a minute. All right.
Give it Can you be my summertime? I can tell it won't take long before I'm left out here alone. Need something to make me shine, need a gift to make you mine, medicine to make me strong. Here it comes now, hear it, give it, come on, go, 'cause I need it. Give it, come on, go. Give it, come on, go, 'cause I want it. Give it, come on, go. Give it, come on, go, 'cause I need it. Give it, come on, go. Give it, come on, go, 'cause I want it.
There you go. That, right, was thanks to Mr. Smith for his kind permission to do that. And that was also Gray Smith, who is the singer. And again, links in the show notes. Gray Smith music. Okay, he's on YouTube as well. But I think Mr. Smith is the drummer, but he would need to confirm that. I don't know if he does it. I think so. That was Gray Smith's track, but Mr. Smith did some drums over it. I don't know if he did all the other instruments, because again, there was everyone. A few of them were wearing the mask, but I couldn't make out. So maybe Mr. Smith can enlighten us all with that. I thought that was a great little track, and yeah, Spanish there. It was a good foot tapper. Yeah, I don't often. I try and find a song that I particularly like, and I did ask him which one do you want me to play, and he said you just choose. So I hope I chose the right one there. Anyway, let me just remove this. Remove from the studio. There you go. So Leah, that was Mr. Smith, and I can't remember the name of the track actually, but again, maybe Mr. Smith. Newbean is saying there are lots of audiobooks available at TPB, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Pete saying audiobooks are good. Yeah. Miss Blue Sky, sadly, I'm a social scroller. I haven't bought a book in years either. I go to my online resources for info. Yep. And Mr. Smith says the last book I bought was let me see what it says there. Was Homer the Odyssey. Okay. And pseudoscientists, Canadian coups can kill you if they are in deer for their lives, which covers almost everything. People saying hello to Mr. Smith. Pete, it isn't George Michael. Thank fuck it's not. Actually, again, it's an old joke. I like a bit of George Michael. I know there's people in this chat that probably like George Michael as well, but I know there's a lot that don't as well. Good stuff, Mr. Smith. Which one is you? People asking who that is. Yeah, which one was you? Chris is saying October 31st is the most dangerous night of the year. Yeah, I'm not into that, Chris. I'm not into the whole Halloween thing. People loving Mr. Smith's track there. Yeah, good. Excellent. I'm glad you did. And Mr. Smith has answered. Here we are. Bless you all. I did all the other stuff too. It's great doing vocals and acoustic and me doing all the rest. Wow, Mr. You're a pretty talented man. That is incredible. That really is. I mean, I really like that track as well. It should get more airplay. I'll do another Mr. Smith track in the future. I really like that. I thought it was great. Well done, sir. Well done. And BB saying, let's have a look. Healthfreedom. Bristol music deaf, Angelo Buscini, 62, massive attack guitarist, dead, rare lung cancer. Ah, we know Massive Attack, don't we? Yeah. Just reading I still need Cookie to do a vocal on one of my tracks, says Mr. Smith. I like that. Yeah, we all caught Cookie singing along to a track the other day. It was very funny. Matt Mahatma Malevolence particularly likes George Michael. Wank me off before you go. Good evening, Matt or Mahat. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're new here and you've never, you're just popping by and you've just caught this show, my name's not a Dr. Robert. This show is all about health. It's about chat. It's about some questions. It's about just to make your Tuesday evening a little bit easier and go by ease into Wednesday a bit easier. Just ease into Wednesday a bit easier. I try and be here every Tuesday. And don't forget, on Monday, you have Starfish Troopers podcast on Mondays and Wednesdays with Pete and Cookie. And on Thursdays, we have the legend Steve Tagoose playing his guitar as we're talking about music. And then on Saturday, you have Raconteurs News with Jimmy at the midnight hour of 10 o'clock in the evening, doing his chat. And I believe Jimmy's going to be getting a new associate to start helping him do some presenting as well. So we're going to look forward to that. Let's have a look what people are saying. You're very welcome, Mr. Smith. Yeah, you're very welcome. You know, if you want to pop on one day and talk about your music, I'm sure people would love to hear about it. You know, so you're very welcome to. Just contact me. Just send me an email in the show notes. So yeah, just contact. Or if you're on Telegram, just send me a Telegram message as well on Healthfreedom. I can see you. Oh no, yeah. It's again notes. The show notes have my links as well. Spanish says I use he says I use a few beers to slip into Wednesday, not the girl from the Addams Family though. Very good, Spanish. That was a good joke. Yeah, we like that. Everyone's welcome to share some jokes here as well. Oh dear. I wanted to talk to you about monosodium glutamate as well, MSGs. So I went to I went out for a meal the other day to a Chinese restaurant, one of these buffet things, right? All innocently, you know, thinking, yeah, I'll stuff my face. You know, it's only 20 quid or whatever it is, and probably ate too much, you know, as you do at these buffet things, and got home, you know, perfectly all right, felt all right, went to sleep. Had the most vivid dreams, and sometimes there was a nightmare as well involved. And honestly, it felt like, I mean, my particular dream was someone had broken into my house and was actually squatting downstairs. Yeah. And honestly, I really felt like it was so real. I'd never experienced anything like this. So all of a sudden, my partner said to me, you know, I think MSG can affect your sleep. So where is it? I think I've got it here. Let me see if I can present it with you, share it with you. Yeah, here we are. Look. One reason why monosodium glutamate could cause vivid dreams is that the body converts excess glutamate into glutamate acid and GABA, and then it's got the questions here. Look, right? Okay, so look, does MSG cause night terrors? Make sure that all caffeine, sugar, and other stimulants are avoided. Anything that influence brain chemistry can influence sleep. A number of children have night terrors from a chemical or preservative in their food or environment. The most common one is MSG. So, I mean, MSG is in a lot of Chinese restaurants' food. And I had no idea that it would do this to me. But what I've also since discovered is MSG is now, I mean, it's probably in the smaller doses, but it's in the OXO cubes or the and it's also in the instant gravies, that you just make. I mean, you've got to look at the back of this. I mean, it's going to be in a much smaller amounts than compared to me being a fat bastard and going to a Chinese restaurant and stuffing my face. So, yeah, if you can, I would say try and avoid monosodium glutamates. In fact, I think I read a book once about it, and it's called Excitotoxins. Blaylock, Dr. Blaylock, I think his name was. And basically, what monosodium glutamates do is they get into your cells, your brain cells, and they ignite them so much that they self-destruct. So try and avoid monosodium glutamates if you can. But I honestly, it's put me off completely Chinese food. I am never ever probably going to eat Chinese food again. It's made me feel that, because I honestly I don't want another night. I've shared on here before about my experience of I have very vivid dreams as it is since I've given up the wicked weed, and it's almost been two years now, and I dream every night, and it makes my life quite difficult, because if you don't get a good night's sleep. But again, it's part to blame as well. I'm part to blame with that as well. So, but yeah, so try and avoid them if you can. Monosodium glutamates. What have you got to say about that, everyone? Right, so Jimmy said, regarding raconteurs news, no raccoons this Saturday, Rob. Have to play a gig here, local. Might do a Sunday, might be wrecked after a long Saturday. Okay, Jim, well, we appreciate you letting us know. I'm sure Pete and Cookie can converse that message or to everyone on their show as well. That would change a lot of moods about Wednesday hump day if everyone got laid on Wednesdays. Absolutely. Stream the gig, Jimmy. Yeah, do a live stream, Jim. Just take your laptop if you've got one. Timothy McPherson's A Place in the Sun. I don't get that one. Is that a book, Chris? Is it? I know Timothy McPherson is uni. Jimmy says, "Don't think so, Pete. I have no idea of connectivity in the gig location, so best to simplify and just focus on the music." MSG is what makes Monster Munch so tangy, Robert. Is there MSG in Monster Munch? I had no idea. Yeah, it is very useful to know, Kitty, what MSG does to you. Pseudoscientist says artificial sugars do the same, overexcite brain cells till they pop. Yeah. MSG kills brain cells. The whole chat could be taken out by stir fry. What are you having to eat tonight? Chris says, apparently you're supposed to dose up on Beecham's Flu Plus if you want good dreams. Is that right? Okay. Mahatma Malevolent says, MSG is great sprinkled on semolina and pilchard topping on a chili cheesecake. Pickled onion flavouring in Monster Munch isn't enough by itself. Okay, well, thanks for that. Where are we on to now? What's the time? It's 21:07 if you're here watching live. And if you're not, welcome to the replay. Thank you, all you lurkers and replayers. And my name's not Dr. Robert. Give the show a thumbs up if you haven't done, please. It just helps with me trying to get a few more subscribers so we can share this message and also meet with like-minded people as well. Kitty's having sausage casserole tonight, made homemade, nice one. There's an app that can tell what's in foods. Duca, I think, had a carrot for avatar. Thank you for that, pseudoscientist. Thank you very much. That's good to know. I'll look that up, see if I can share it with people, because I mean, the simplest thing is just look on the back of the packet, isn't it? Just look on the back of the packet and you'll see whether or not something's bad or not. I mean, try and avoid anything that's artificials, numbers, all of that stuff, you know. So Jimmy says, could you document your name is not a Dr. Robert? Yeah, sorry, not Dr. Robert. Yeah. And this is not Dr. Robert's surgery. And I think it's time for maybe some memes. Yeah, yeah. Should we have some memes? Yeah. Cup of tea, anyone? Fancy a cup of tea? Or watch the memes. I'd normally put them out as well as a separate video. Don't forget, we've got the big quiz. We've got the big quiz at the end of the show as well. Come and join me and join in with the big quiz. And I've got a few more health stories as well. And yeah, but for now, how about some memes? Make you funny, make you laugh.
Cat. American robin. Cricket. Owl. Woo, woo, woo. Crow. Wolf. Peacock. Horse. Elephant. Cow. Sheep. Duck. Goose.
Or
Morning dove. Kookaburra.
oh geez.
Monkey. And parrot.
Has ruined a weekend away with his girlfriend by saying what he was thinking. Our reporter Emma Bradford is at the scene.
Martin Bishop and Eleanor Shaw had stopped at a cosy country pub after a romantic walk when Miss Shaw looked up meaningfully at Bishop and asked what he was thinking at that very moment. The weekend was about to go very wrong indeed.
I was hoping he would say, maybe this would be a great place to bring the kids one day. Or even something corny but sweet, like, I have everything I'll ever need right here.
And what did you say, Martin?
I said, pigs are much bigger than you expect. Just in some pigs. One of them was so big you could ride it.
More from us later.
you is a homophobic doctor. What's that like?
Homeopathic.
All right. All right. Yo. No, seriously, keep your own prejudices at home, because, you know, there might be gaylords out there who's watching this now. I don't want you to insult them. So
No, you used the word homophobic.
You should take that back, that word that you said.
I didn't use the word you did. I used the word homeopathic, which is a system for deciding when people are sick, what medicinal substance will most help that individual.
I think it's wrong to say that them people is sick. They've got a different way of living than us.
You have misunderstood, sir.
I don't want to be the guy who's in charge of this whole thing saying that kind of language is okay. Sorry.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
No.
Vote for Joe Biden, or you ain't black.
These things about how you can have your oscillating circuits. See those on your body? Your whole body is one big electrical crystal, or one big circuit. And when you place copper around these selected areas, you enhance that circuit or meridian line. And if your cells are not spinning correctly or improperly the wrong direction, you result in illness. If your cells are corrected and spinning back the opposite way, you no longer have illness. So as you can see right here, wrapping the body with copper in these different areas can help the meridian lines and the conductive pathways of your body. And this is all very cheap to do. This probably costs you 20 bucks. 20 bucks. That's it.
What do you do for a living, Cameron?
I'm a carpenter.
A carpenter, right. So how safe is that for the climate?
Well, I work with timber, which is a much more sustainable material rather than concrete. I also
But you work with trees that have been cut down then, don't you?
It's a sustainable building practice.
How is it sustainable if you're killing trees?
Because it's regenerative, you can grow trees.
Right. Well, you can grow all sorts of things, can't you?
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can. See you, Cameron. Cheerio. That was Cameron. He grows trees and then cuts them down and then makes things from them.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know what I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.
You know what you're talking about. You're referring to something.
The moon, the fake moon landing. What? I was contacted by NASA.
Okay.
and they were planning this fake moon landing. They wanted
But why did they have to fake it? Why?
because it is impossible to get to the moon.
Went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
what?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. So you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
Oh my gosh.
Where's all your money gone, Donnie?
Taxes. 9, 10, 11. Let me fix my houses.
Bug, it's okay. It's part of the game.
No, it's not.
It's not fun. It's not fun to what?
It's the worst part of the game.
Oh, it's what?
Taxes.
I'm going to teach you more in the next 60 seconds about the thyroid than most board-certified endocrinologists know. I call it Hashimoto's nonsense, pushing thyroid medication. You want to talk about a pandemic in this country? We have a pandemic of medicating organs in the body that have done nothing wrong. So bear with me here. And by the way, I'm a scientist and not an artist. Okay, so thyroid gland is right here in the neck. It produces two hormones. It produces T4, and it produces something called T3. Only here's the little known secret about the thyroid. It only produces 20% of this hormone of T3. But wait a second, we're diagnosing hypothyroid, but it's only responsible for 20% of the thyroid in my bloodstream. So the question is, where does the rest of it come from? Where does the 80% come from? I mean, if I was a detective and a crime had just been committed and there was an 80% chance that one guy did it and a 20% chance that somebody else did it, I'd probably investigate the 80% guy first, right? That's not what we do. We immediately hold the thyroid responsible for a crime it only has 20% chance of committing. So where does the rest of that hormone come from? In Hashimoto's, it comes from T4. It's methylated. This doesn't even happen in the thyroid. Yet when it's low, we medicate the thyroid. The only guarantee if you're on thyroid medication is that your dosage will increase. That's the only guarantee. Why? Because you are killing the thyroid. Now, eventually, it succeeds in completely beating the thyroid into submission, and now you are permanently reliant on levothyroxine, Synthroid, Armour. But if we understood that T4 is converted into T3 by the process called methylation, and that is the suite of B vitamins, pyridoxine, riboflavin, thiamine, niacin, and pantothenic acid, and if we put those back into the human body, it can start to perform this function again, and the thyroid disease goes away. People say it all the time, Gary, you cured my thyroid. I said, no, I didn't. There was nothing wrong with your thyroid. I fixed how your body uses the raw material. This is what 10X Health does, right? We fix people by empowering the human body to do what it does best. I promise you this, there is no better hormone in the human body than one you produce yourself.
Lachlan, can I use your laptop for lunch?
What?
I'm about to eat some lunch, but I don't have my phone on me.
What the hell does that have to do with eating lunch?
Lachlan, you really think I'm going to eat lunch without a YouTube video?
I don't know. Yes?
What, do you think I'm just going to sit there in silence like it's the 40s?
When was the last time you ate a meal without a YouTube video on?
I don't know. Early teens?
What about like a family dinner?
Those are fine. People are talking. I'm stimulated.
But when you're alone?
What are you actually on about, Lachlan? What kind of psycho would just sit there and look at his food and eat it? You have to have something playing.
That is like some kind of dystopian technology dependency.
You're telling me you just sit there and eat your food?
Yes.
Without a YouTube video?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. We used to do it and we can still do it.
I don't know how evolution works, but in the past 10 years, we've evolved to need to watch a YouTube video while we eat food.
No, we haven't.
Sometimes my food goes cold and I have to heat it up just because I haven't found the right video.
That sounds dangerous.
Sometimes I got to heat it up multiple times.
Do you know about bacteria? That could be unhealthy for you.
I'll take any potential health risk over eating my food in silence.
That's honest. That's like a legitimately concerning problem.
I can't take a poo without my phone either.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't do that.
See, that'd be ridiculous.
Poo without TikTok? Now I'm getting heebie-jeebies.
Gives me goosebumps. Gives me the friggin' willies.
Think about all the self-reflection you'd get done.
I don't want to get to know myself in there.
Okay. I get the food thing now that you put it like that.
See, I knew you'd get it.
Still, bit of a concern. your dependence on stimulation.
Do you know I literally have to imagine Subway Surfers next to your head to make this conversation bearable?
See, okay, what is going on?
Not good stuff. That's for sure.
I'm back again. Did you have a nice break? Hope you like those. 9:25 nearly. This is not Dr. Robert on the Health Freedom show. I'm here to entertain you and cheer up your Tuesday evening. Good evening, Sean Hammer. He's in the house now. Nice to see you, Sean. Welcome. Yes, babe. If I cry, will my tax bill go away? Yeah. Jim thinks the Stanley Kubrick scene is fake. Why is that? Jim, I don't know where you're getting that from, or is that fake news? And Beeb's asking, Spanish Chicken, have you ever had to retrieve a mobile from a U-bend? What I wanted to also share with you tonight was a story. Okay, so you know we all know about what's been happening with the investigation to the old the Jabberwoony thing, and it was quite interesting. Pete and Cookie were talking about this last night, and I wanted to share this with you. I'm just going to share some images with you here. Share screen. Now, this has never been done on the BBC before, but so let's just share that. Okay. So going back to not that one. So we're going to move on to this one now. Not that one. Here we go. And here he is. Can you see this? This is Andrew Bridgen, who was doing a talk in the House of Parliament. I think it was last Friday. And the BBC were actually showing it live. And look what they've been writing underneath as well. Official vaccines do not contain any ingredients that cause harm in such small amounts. Right. So now they don't normally do this, but this is what they decided to do when Andrew Bridgen was talking about excess deaths. Okay. Also on this one, it says the NHS says that Divok jabs used in the UK are safe and the best protection from getting seriously ill with the disease. There's another one. And I've got another one for you. And it says here, most people with allergies, including food or penicillin allergies, can be jabbed against Divok. Okay. And I think that was it, actually. Or there might be one more. Here we go. Yeah, here's another one. Official NHS guidance states that government-administered jabs are safe and often essential for public health. So, yeah, he was talking about trends in excess deaths. Let me just stop this. And I've put the link to his YouTube site. And if you want to watch that, please do so. It's a really good interview. I know Spanish watched it. I've watched it, and it does talk about the excess deaths and why are there excess deaths going on? Is it to do with any certain medical intervention? Why are the hospital waiting lists going up again? Why are so many people suffering right now? Also, I'm going to be very careful when I share this article now, because I'm already on one warning, but I'll do my best, but I want to share it with you. Okay. So here we go. Because I think it's important. Where are you? So in the US, right? This is from Zero Hedge, from Tyler Durden. Okay. US government pays 2 more injured by certain things. Let's say Divok. Okay. The US government has paid 2 more people who were injured by what, as it faces the prospect of being forced by a court to improve a program for victims. the Health Resources and Services Administration, HRSA, which runs the countermeasures injury compensation program, issued payments to 2 people who suffered heart inflammation after a certain thing was administered to them. They disclosed the 2 payments in its most recent update, which includes data current as of October the 1st. Both people experienced myocarditis or heart inflammation after receiving the you-know-what. The HRSA has declined to disclose which you-know-whats the people received. One person received $4,183 and the other received $4,934. The HRSA didn't respond to more requests for more information. Critics said the payments weren't nearly enough to satisfy moves to improve government response to the you-know-what. Almost 3 years into the you-know-what, the US government has paid out a massive $18,000 total to 6 people. Is that number again? There's a thing called React 19. Told the Epoch Times in an email, it is clear that addressing the collateral damage of the you-know-what is not a priority for the US government. And it goes on and on. Today, and it goes on to say, React 19 is a non-profit. In contrast, has paid $750,000 to injured people, whilst the CICP has paid 6 people and has approved 26 other applications for payment. It's rejected 854 claims. More than 10,000 others are pending. So links to this story are in the show notes. But there you go. Let's see if I get away with that one. If I don't, this show will be not be seen again. So what are people saying? Jim's saying we have to get used to excess death, and they are not all 100% safe and effective. The majority will be natural progression because of our age populations. It's going to get much worse. Sean says it was about the injury compensation scheme being unfit for purpose. Yep. Let's have a look. What is it? Spanish is talking about phones being caught in U-bends. Not on purpose is Spanish, but found loads in a trough of shit and puke. Oh, very nice. Matt Letitia done a great speech outside as well. That's from Andrew Bridgen when he did his speech. Nice one. Sean says on the same day the news announced that Bridgen's debate was unlikely to gather a further hearing due to lack of parliamentary time. People shouldn't be getting compensated for volunteering in a drug trial. You got a good point there, Chris. You got a good point. But did all these people know they? I mean, when they went along, Chris, to have their medical intervention, did they know they were involved in a drug trial? Pseudoscientist says, seems this will end when the masses realize we are in a fight for our lives. Yes, mate, absolutely. So that's that. Yeah, it's 9:32. What else did I want to share with you? I want to share with you something called ashwagandha. Okay, so let me just share this with you. This is a root, and I came across it, and I just wanted to share it with you. I didn't know much about it, so and this is from something called Medical News Today. How accurate are the claims about ashwagandha's benefits? From the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge to the Wednesday Dance, social media is known for starting trends that take on a life of their own. However, it's important to remember that not everything you read on here or on social media is true, especially when it comes to health trends. One recent health trend on social platform is ashwagandha, with users reporting immense stress relief, boosted confidence, and increased libido. But are these claims true? Are there potential risks to using this route? There is no denying the fact that stress can have a profound effect on a person's overall health. According to the State of the Global Workplace 2023 report, about 44% of workers around the globe say, I love that, around the globe, say they experience a lot of stress. Previous research shows that ongoing stress can lead to high blood pressure and increased cardiovascular events. It can also negatively impact on the immune system, blah, 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 and sleep quality as well. One method many people on social media platforms are using and promoting is taking supplements of the herb ashwagandha. Called glizzy pills, influencers using the hashtag ashwagandha are reporting benefits including boosted testosterone, increased libido, improved brain function, and feeling so happy, confident, and stress-free that they can better deal with unhappy events like a breakup or removing toxic people from their lives. Could these claims be true, or are they misleading? Are there potential risks of taking ashwagandha that people need to know about? And are there other ways people can relieve stress without taking a supplement? So what is it? It's a small evergreen shrub native to parts of India, Africa, and Southeast Asia. It's also known for the names winter cherry and Indian ginseng. Is a Sanskrit word meaning smell of the horse, which refers to the smell of the root of the plant. The root of the shrub is the main part used for therapeutic practices. It's been used as a medicinal plant in, I can never say this, Ayurvedic and indigenous medicine for more than 3,000 years. One of the main reasons it's so popular on social sites right now is because of the supposed stress relieving benefits. Let's see what it says here. It says some social media users also report that ashwagandha is a must for anyone looking to bulk up at the gym and increase their physical endurance. Accessibility is also a factor, as ashwagandha supplements can easily be found online or at most drug or retail stores. There you go. I'm also going to just share this with you as well. Let me just come back to the and then because there's also a bit about it here. Where is it? Proven health benefits of ashwagandha. So yeah, this is quite interesting. So this is from healthline.com. I quite like Healthline. Ashwagandha is one of the most important herbs in Ayurveda, which is Ayurvedic medicine, which is a traditional form of alternative medicine based on Indian principles of natural healing. People have used it for thousands of years to relieve stress, increase energy levels, and improve concentration. There are 8 potential benefits based on research. So 1 may help reduce stress and anxiety. And it's apparently perhaps known for its ability to reduce stress. Let's go to the next one. May benefit athletic performance. Again, this is what it's been saying as well. May reduce symptoms of mental health conditions. May help boost testosterone and increase fertility in men. May reduce blood sugar levels. May reduce inflammation as well. May improve brain function, including memory. And may help improve sleep. And the safety and side effects, it's likely safe for most people when used for up to 3 months, although its long-term effects are unknown. It may not be safe if a person is pregnant, breastfeeding, has hormone-sensitive prostate cancers, taking certain medications, is about to have surgery, has an autoimmune or thyroid disorder, or has liver problems. And it just goes on to dosage and stuff like that. And it just, there we go. So it's just repeating itself here. So yeah, I think it's quite an interesting route. It sounds it. has anyone ever used it? I've never used it myself. I don't. Have you ever used it? Do you use any particular root vegetables? Also, I wanted to talk about DMSO, dimethanol sulfur oxide, and there was a lady that was talking about it on at the conference that I went to on Sunday, and I also don't forget I also had Amanda Vollmer on. DMSO is, I mean, is tree pulp, and it's perfectly legal, and some people are putting it into different things like gels and stuff like that, and it's meant to be very good for pain relief. However, the side effect of using using DMSO is that it can leave a sulfur taste in your mouth, like a garlicky taste, and you have to be careful when you're putting it on, apparently, because whatever you're putting on the skin, the DMSO will actually also take it into the skin as well. So you have to be careful. But there is a book by Amanda Vollmer. Let me share it with you. Let me go here. Where is it? So present, share screen. Here we are. And it's called, I'm going to share this. This is on Amazon, obviously. Healing with DMSO, the complete guide to safe and natural treatments for managing pain, inflammation, and other chronic ailments. So if you're suffering and you're looking for something alternative, maybe this is something that you want to consider looking up. Amanda Vollmer swears by it, but again, I haven't had any dealings with it myself. But links are in the show notes if you fancy looking that up. Have anyone ever used anything like that? Let's go back to the chat, see what's going on here, see what people are saying. So Nubian straight away. I've been taking ashwagandha daily for years. Oh, Nubian. And does it help you? Is it something that really helps you? So that'd be interesting to know. Some people talking about the previous story about that I shared. I like that same Spanish. Realize, real lies. Yep, very good. And Miss Blue Sky is back from putting my washing away and a lube break. You are allowed. Did you put your hand up to leave the room? Let's go down here. People talking about the medical intervention. Yeah, Miss Blue Sky, he could have asked white or dark wash, but went the toilet route. Says baby. Okay, so they're talking computers and stuff like that. 20. Okay. Oh, so Nubian has just come back. There we go. Right. So Nubian. Yeah, it does not help when I don't take it. That's how I found out that it helps, but takes some time from the start. Okay. Well, thanks for that, Nubian. That's really interesting to know. And talking of ladies like Nubian and Miss Blue Sky and Kitty, just sending out some love to Paula. We haven't seen Paula for a while, so I hope Paula's all right. I know she's all right because I had a text message from her, but she hasn't been in the chat for a while, so she's got some busy stuff probably going on in her life. BB did a grey wash today. What a great day as well to do a grey wash. Oh yeah, this is the other thing I want to share with you. So again, as we're getting into the darker days now, don't forget to up your your vitamin D. Take a little bit extra vitamin D if you can. Now, where's that story? Where is that story? Right. Okay. Let me just try and find it. Actually, talk amongst yourselves, because I did see it. It's about daylight saving time. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I've got that. There we go. Right. Let's come back to you and then let's share this story. There we go. Thank you very much. Daylight savings time and your health. How the clocks going back could have serious effects on your health. Bugger off you. Whilst many Brits will be looking forward to an extra hour of sleep, there are potentially serious health consequences when the clocks go back this weekend. This Sunday, October the 29th, clocks will go back in the UK by 1 hour at 2 a.m., meaning the 60 minutes between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. will happen twice. Although it will be a welcome rewind for many people partying into the early hours on Sunday morning, the change in time is not without risk. So how exactly could the clocks going back affect your health? Can you do anything to lower these risks? Here we go. Professor Russell Foster from the University of Oxford is one of the world's leading experts on circadian rhythm, also known as your body clock. It sets the rhythms of our lives, affecting everything from how clearly we think and where our digestive systems are ready for food to when our muscles are at their strongest. During the day, sunlight causes the brain to send awake signals that keep us alert and active. At night, the system linked to that of intricate mechanisms inside a grandfather clock sparks the production of melatonin, or hormone that promotes sleep. The rhythm itself is also central to our metabolism, body temperature, and hormone levels. The clocks going back plays havoc with these processes, resulting in disruption to our sleeping pattern. The increased risk is all down to the collateral effect on high blood pressure. In theory, high blood pressure can cause blood clots to form, and yeah, well, isn't that convenient as well with other things that have happened? Heart attacks. Dr. John O'Neill is another leading expert in the complicated field of circadian rhythms, and he's worried about people having heart attacks as well. What else is depression? Just as it can impact your physical health, changing the clocks and disrupting your sleeping pattern can knock your mental health too. And Alzheimer's, it can affect Alzheimer's, and of course this one, seasonal affect disorder, SADS. When the clocks fall back an hour, we start to see darker evenings as we enter the colder winter months. Fewer daylight hours in the northern hemisphere can lead to winter depression or seasonal affective disorder. Car accidents. The extra hour in bed after the clocks fall back can be linked to an increase in car crashes as drivers adapt to the darker evenings, according to research by Zurich. So why do we switch the clocks back? Spring forward, fall back is well known saying when it comes to daylight saving, but why do we bother to change the clocks twice a year? In spring, the clocks move an hour forward for British summertime to make the most of the daylight hours. In autumn, when the clocks go back, UK reverts to Greenwich Mean Time. The UK is not alone, as a similar process happens in the US. Is that how it's always been? In the early 1900s, the clocks were always set to GMT, meaning in the summer it was light by 3 a.m. and dark at 9 p.m. in the UK. That was until people started to campaign for longer daylight hours to improve public health. Change was sparked following the relentless pursuit of a builder in the 1900s. William Willett began campaigning for change in 1905 after he noticed how many curtains were still drawn in the early hours of the morning in the summer. In 1908, he won the support of MP Robert Pearce after he published his leaflet, The Waste of Daylight, calling for the time change. However, the concept of rolling back time and forward was not formally introduced until the First World War, when wartime coal shortages made the idea to introduce daylight saving more relevant. During the war, daylight saving allowed people to enjoy more hours of sunlight, meaning there was less demand for coal-powered lighting. This left more coal to fuel the Navy, railways, and armaments industry. Have we ever rolled the clocks back even further. In the Second World War, double British time was introduced. I didn't know this. This was 2 hours in advance of GMT and was introduced to replace daylight saving. During the winter, clocks were kept 1 hour in advance of GMT to increase public productivity. After the war, the UK returned to BST, apart from an experiment between 68 and 71 that saw the clocks put forward but not back. The experiment was discontinued and the clocks were rolled back to GMT, as it was found impossible to work out whether it had any benefit on society. Why do people still want daylight savings time? Advocates for the system claim the longer summer evenings make people more active, reduce car accidents, and save energy. It's also argued that if in the UK had one standard time all year round, it could mean farmers in Scotland would work for a couple of hours in the dark during the winter. It would also mean that children in the north of England and in Scotland would be forced to travel to and from school in the dark. Excuse me. Have there been attempts to get rid of the daylight saving? MPs attempted to change BST to permanent summer time, but the daylight savings bill in 2010-2012 was not passed by the House of Commons. And it goes on to say parts of Australia, New Zealand, most of Mexico, Argentina, Paraguay, Cuba, Haiti, the Levant and Iran still change the clocks to save daylight hours, and only 2 states in America, Arizona and Hawaii, have ditched the daylight saving in favor of a permanent winter. There we go. So let's come back to the chat. Let's have a drink of vino. I hope you're all well. Cheers. Oh, let's have a look what people have been saying. Let's have a look. Yes, exactly, Beeb. I love how the Daily Mail explains daylight saving time for us idiots. Miss Blue Sky, I do like the clocks going back, the lie-in, and also going to work in daylight again. When it's this dark, I can never tell what time I'm meant to wake up. Kitty says, get a sad lamp. It's always good facts. Like it's the sun. It's meant to bring the brightness in your life whilst the winter is here. Yeah, I've got a sad lamp that's powering my living room here, or powered. I've got some light coming in from a sad lamp. I've had it for quite a few years. Yeah, exactly, Chris. It doesn't really matter to us night workers. We're fucked regardless. Imagine getting paid for speaking like a CUNT. I do it for free, says Spanish Chicken. Being awake at 4 a.m. is depressing. I tried night shifts, Chris, and I couldn't do it. And again, it really, really messes with your body clock. It really does. You've got to be so careful. If you are doing nights, I would say take 5-HTP and also take vitamin D. 5-HTP helps you sleep. It's the legal form of melatonin in this country. You can buy it as a supplement. There you go. And Sean says, fictional anti-nature slave clock bullshit. Free your mind from the satanic codes. Absolutely. And where is Dinny? Yeah. Nubian says, time to scrap the time lapses, methinks. I survived by having a sunrise clock with inbuilt bird song. Oh, I like the sound of that. That sounds good. Jim says, if the clocks were rolled back an hour every week, we would be getting younger and perhaps achieve immortality. Sean says, I've noticed the Devlin followers have picked up his habit of announcing the Roman slave date on their videos, and another round of copycat monopoly is let loose. Yeah, cheers, Spanish. Bottoms up to you as well. Yeah, 5-HTP, Chris. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. Well, you have now. Dinny is lurking somewhere. No, he's not. I don't believe he's lurking. I do not believe. There's only 12 people watching now. This wonderful show. Don't forget, if you want to have a spooky Tuesday next Halloween and you don't want to go out frightening people, just come and watch this show because I'm good at frightening people. And on Monday, you got Pete and Cookie, and on Wednesday, Pete and Cookie. Thursday, Steve to Goose and Jimmy on Saturday, but not this Saturday. Okay. Should we have a little bit of a quiz? Come on. Come on. Let's have a little bit of a quiz, shall we? Right. I'm going to go here and present the quiz, all right? Share screen. It's nearly time to finish the show. 5 to 10, right? But let's do some Trivia Plaza. And so we've got pop music, movie, geography, science, computer, literature, classical music, history, television, sports, languages, and miscellaneous. What do you want? Eh? What do you want? Come on. Spanish is going for music. Okay. Yep. Music. All right. But we've got a lot of music I can choose from. Well, if you just say music, I'll choose it. Oh, Nubian's saying miscellaneous. Okay. Jim's still talking about. Chris is saying technology. Okay, so you've all got different ones here that you're requesting. I'll tell you what, we can do a bit of all. We've got enough time. Yeah, let's do a bit of all of that. So let's do. So going from the top, Chris. Let's do. So we'll start with pop music, which is what Spanish asks, and we're just going to go for general pop music quizzes. All right. Let's have a look. Pop acts sharing names. Here we go. Pop acts sharing names. Here we go. Can you tell which missing names these famous pop stars and bands have in common? Let's play, shall we? Yes. Al something Day. Al something Day. Is it Green, Hibbler, Giroux, or Stewart? Al something Day. I don't know the answer to this one, I don't think. Mascara Snake says, miscellaneous taught me geography. I like that. That's very funny. Is it Green, Hibbler, Giroux, or Stewart? We're going for Green. Spanish is going for Giroux. And come on, let's get that lurker James out. He normally answers something. Come on, James. Let's have a look. So we're going for Green. Let's see if Green was right. Okay, hang on a second. Was Green right? It was right. It was Green. You all got that one right. Olivia Newton something legend. I think we all know the answer to this one, don't we? I think we all know the answer to this one. Come on. Olivia something legend. Is it George, Oliver, John, or Jones? Mahatma Malevolent says it's Jones. Mascara Snake says Green. No, we're a bit behind them, Mascara. Okay, Chris says John. Mascara says John. Yeah, of course it's John. I don't think I need to ask anyone that. It's John, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay. Which name is missing that these famous musicians or bands have in common? Boney something people. Boney something people. So is it Boney something and something people? Oh, I've got it now. Chris is saying M. Everyone's saying M. M. James, we've got the lurker out. He's saying M. Oh, hang on. Let's take that. Hide the current one. There we go. Right. So I forgot your questions. There's more questions I didn't ask you. Yeah, of course it's M. We all know it's M, don't we? Let's go Popax. Here we go. It's M, isn't it? It's M people and Boney M. Shakespeare's something and something sledge. Shakespeare's something and something sledge. Is it Percy, sister, sibling, or secret? I'm just getting rid of all these links that I've got up at the moment. Get rid of that as well. Right. What are you saying? Sister, 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 sister. Now, come on, Sean. Let's see how many inverts appear in this week's quiz. It's usually most of them. Come on, Sean. It's a bit of fun, Sean. Come on. Play the game. Come on. Come on. Yeah, of course it is. It's sister. Okay, question 5. Ugly kid something and something cocker. Is it Cootie, Rock, Sam, or Joe? Ugly kid something and something cocker. BB says, questions are better than this ITV Saturday night show quiz. Thanks, Bib. Nubian says, Joe. Joe. It's Joe. Of course it's Joe. It's Ugly Kid Joe and Joe Cocker, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. Blood, sweat, and something for fears. Blood, sweat, and something for fears. What is it? Is it anger, tears, pain, or joy? James got that one right. Joe as well. Yeah, tears, says Kitty. Matt says tears. Spanish says tears. Nubian says tears. James says tears. Chris says beers. Yeah, you're all absolutely right. It is tears for fears and blood, sweat, and tears. Yep. Is it Bing something, Stills, Nash, and Young? Is it Crosby, Charles, Clemens, or Crawford? Just waiting for your answers. You're about 10 seconds behind me. Kitty says Crosby. Mascara says Crosby. Nubian says Crosby. Crosby says James. Yeah, I think it's Crosby, Stills, and Nash, isn't it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? And Bing Crosby. Etta and something, Blunt. Is it Franklin, Dennis, Robin, or James? Oh, these are quite easy, aren't they, actually? These are quite easy. Etta something. It's the Tuesday night quiz. Just to lighten up your end of your Tuesday here. It's 10 o'clock. We're going to do one more quiz after this. Of course, it's James, everyone. Yeah, you're all saying it's Etta, James, and James Blunt. And question 9, is it spice something and something allowed? Oh, this is too simple, isn't it? Come on. Spice something and something allowed. Here we go. Yeah, it's girls. Stop spoiling someone else's show, Sean. You'll be back soon. Calm the F down, says Spanish Chicken. Okay, so there's obviously some chat going on there. Yeah, it is. It is the Spice Girls. And the last one of 10, okay, is it Elton? Oh, this is too easy. I'm just going to move on. Yeah, we know it's John Denver and Elton John. Right, okay, so next one. What was it you asked for? Let me just go back. Let me go back. I think someone asked for miscellaneous, didn't they? So we're going to go miscellaneous, right? So you've got musicals, transport, games, food, fashion. Right, first one to answer, I'll go with. Which of these do you want? First one to answer. I'm going to go with. No, Chris said technology. Well, it's too late, Chris. Do you want to go for general, art, business, fashion, food, games, musicals, or transport? Beeb says food. Okay. That's the first one I saw. Oh, yes. Cocktails and primary beverages. Here we go. Do you know your primary distilled beverages that are used to make these cocktails? This is a good one. Okay. Screwdriver. Is it rum, gin, whiskey, or vodka? What's the main ingredient in a screwdriver? Yes, Pete. It's games. What's the main one in a screwdriver? Chris, Pete says it's gin. Chris says it's rum. I like it when there's a distance. Kitty saying gin. James is saying whiskey. Mahatma Levelant says vodka. Thank you very much, Spanish. We've got to publish that, what he's just said there. Welcome to the Health Freedom, not a Dr. Roberts Tuesday. Happy, good vibe show. Be nice and enjoy yourself. Absolutely. BB saying vodka. Okay, I'm going to go with vodka myself. Let's see what was the correct answer. It is vodka. There we go, in a screwdriver. Okay, so a Clover Club cocktail. What's the main ingredient? Is it vodka, tequila, champagne, or gin? Is it a Clover Club? I've never heard of that myself. Is it vodka, tequila, champagne, or gin? No clue, says Pete. James is saying tequila. I can't even say that. Mahatma Levelant says rat piss. Oh dear. I really must lift my computer up. Tequila is saying kitty. The quiz just got well hard, says Chris. Beebs is saying gin. Okay, right, let's see then. Is it gin? Beeb knows his. I think Beebs is cheating. A daiquiri. Professor Elemental likes a daiquiri now and then. Is it brandy, whiskey, gin, or rum? A daiquiri. Is it brandy, whiskey, gin, or rum? Let's see. New Bean is saying it's rum. Mascara says it's gin. Beeb says it's rum. Starfish Troopers says it's rum. Kitty saying rum. Let's have a look, shall we? Is it rum? Hey. Question 4. A Tom Collins. Is it gin, rum, vodka, or champagne? See, that it's not easy, is it? Because you can have that in that one in a lot of different cocktails. Yeah, Spanish saying Beebs, you pisshead. Okay, so what is it in the Tom Collins? Is it gin, rum, vodka, or champagne? Beebs saying gin. James Owens says it's gin. Mascara says gin. We're all going for gin. Mother's Ruin. It's gin. Yep, absolutely. Rusty Nail. Is it gin, whiskey, brandy, or rum? A rusty nail. Is it gin, whiskey, brandy, or rum? Boiled puss, Matt Malevolence. Your silly answers are welcome, by the way. Nubian saying it's whiskey. Whiskey and Drambuie, says Beeb. Jeez, Beeb, you know your drinks. Okay, let's go for whiskey, shall we? See if he's right. And he's right again. So was Nubian. Question 6, a margarita. Is it vodka, rum, tequila, or whiskey? a margarita? Is it vodka, rum, tequila, or whiskey? It's James is saying tequila. Tequila. It makes you happy. Malevolent says tequila. Chris says Beeb has a boat bar in his living room. Okay, let's see if it's tequila. It is in a margarita. Mojito. A mojito. Is it gin, bourbon, whiskey, tequila, or rum? I think I know the answer to this one. See if you do. Spanish chicken. I only ever had a drambuie in a chocolate at Christmas. Mascara saying it's rum. Fuck no, says Malevolence. James is saying bourbon whiskey. Rum, says Kitty. Rum, says Beeb. It looks like, well, Beeb seems to be our cocktail king, and he's right again. Question 8, martini. Is it tequila, rum, gin, or vodka? I think I know this one as well. A martini. Is it shaken, not stirred? Good evening. My name's James Bond. Is it a martini? Is it tequila, rum, gin, or vodka? I think we all know the answer, don't we? It's gin or vodka, says Beeb. Vodka, says Snake. Nubian says gin. Gin. Okay, so it could be both. Okay, but I think the one they're looking for is vodka. Oh, no, it is gin. Because it's a vodka martini, isn't it? Gin martini. Okay. Old-fashioned. Is it gin, vodka, brandy, cognac, or whiskey? Old-fashioned. Is it gin, vodka, brandy, cognac, or whiskey? Whiskey, says Snake. Brandy, says Chris. Brandy, says Nubian. James says brandy. BB, Starfish says brandy. Mahatma Malevolent says brandy cognac. Oh, Beeb. Oh, whiskey, says Beeb. Okay, let's see. Most people said brandy cognac. It was whiskey. Beeb the pisshead knew the answer again. And a stinger, the last one. It's a stinger. Is it gin, champagne, tequila, or tequila? I can't say tequila tonight. Tequila. A stinger. Is it gin, champagne, tequila, or brandy? Someone's going to have to drink all these after the show, says Chris. Don't forget, we're going to have a little after chat in a minute. I'm going to put the link up in just a second. Last question now. What's a stinger contain? Is it gin, champagne, tequila, or brandy? I still can't say it. James says gin. Kitty says gin. Mascara saying gin. Nubian saying gin. Okay, we're going to go for gin. Let's have a look. Salt in an open wound, says Matt. Is it gin? No, it's brandy. Did Beeb get that one right as well? He did. Oh, dear. Very good. Well done. There you go. There's tonight's quiz. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me tonight. It was an okay show. It was okay. Hopefully, the Halloween one, BB has already got my my meme, my meme ready for next for the front of the show for Halloween. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the show tonight, people. I really appreciate it, and share it with other people if you think I'm worth it. If not, don't worry about it. Don't forget, no show from Jimmy on Saturday, but tomorrow you've got the Starfish Troopers podcast with Pete and Cookie, and Pete starting his show, of course, with his legendary video memes. They're always good. And yeah, that's about the show tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. I shall see you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Yeah. What else? Anything else I need to tell you? Not that I can think of. So it's good night from me, and it's good night from me. So remember, they may come as good as you, but they don't come any better. God bless you. I'll see you all next week, and I'll put the link in now, the invite link in now. Here we go. Copy that there. Copied, and there we go. It's in the link is in now, and I shall see you next Tuesday. All right. Bye bye for now. See ya.